you that don't know me, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Graham's brother. Steve, would you like a beer?
And I'm Darry. Is yours a JD and Coke? And could you please address us both by our full names throughout the evening?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of our bridesmaids, I'd like to thank Graham for his kind words. For once in my life, I find myself agreeing with him. They look stunning, and only rightly outshone by our bride, Kerry, who I think you'll all agree looks absolutely gorgeous. I'm sure you'll agree with me, gentlemen, today is a sad day for single men, as another beauty leaves the available list. And ladies, I'm sure you'll agree that today is passing by without so much as a word.
Isn't it good to see that we're both finally receiving the recognition that we deserve by being named the best men?
I've never been a best man before, and I'm not renowned for my speech writing, but I'll do my best. Graham did say if I do a good job today, I can be best man in his next wedding too. Welcome to the family, Kerry, and thank you so much for taking them off my hands. I can sleep probably for the first time in years knowing that I can leave it to you to get him home safely on a Friday night. Wearing his own shirt and not one of mine, like he has been for the last 25 years. Graham must have been one of the only blokes I know who had a colour-coordinated walk-in wardrobe. Unfortunately, it wasn't his, it was mine. And he used to walk, flicking through it like he was in Debenhams. In the end, I resolved to fit in a mortar slot, but that didn't stop him. So keep an eye on your underwear drawer, Kerry. Because if things start going missing, you know who's to blame.
When Graham was getting ready this morning, he said to me, "How do I look?" He was dressed to kill. Beard, sandals, turban, backpack.
But joking aside, I'd like to say how proud I am of my brother and the way he's turned out, because he was a bit of a worry. They say you can't choose family, but given the choice, I couldn't have wished for a better brother and a loyal friend. So if you need to call me at 1 o'clock in the morning to tell me your wheel's falling off your car, but please try to remember, when you change a tyre, please remember to tighten the wheel nuts back up, just to be safe.
On agreeing to do this speech, Steve and I thought to ourselves, what's in it for us? A free lunch? A chance to dress up in a fancy suit? All very nice, but not enough.
So, on behalf of S.Y. Electrical and National Electrical, the both sponsors of Graham and Carol's wedding day, I give you the best man's speech. Hey, it's a cheap shot, I know, but it's free advertising.
Apparently, our main duties today is to give you all an introduction to the groom. This part of the best man's speech is usually just an excuse to demolish his good character. Now, we've thought about this and don't see any reason to break the tradition.
But it's actually not that easy, because Gray is a really nice guy. He obeys ho-ho bands, he pays his TV licence, and he even keeps it written tidy. So there's not much I can embarrass him with. apart from one story. But even I have limits, and the depths I'll plunge to prove a point. And quite frankly, I find stories about men messing about with farm animals deeply disturbing.
I remember the time when Graham and I went to Amsterdam for the weekend. Ray here was kind enough to give us the tickets, but we had very little money, yet decided to go anyway. When we arrived at Amsterdam airport, we managed to get on the wrong train without tickets, which led us to getting chucked off the train somewhere in Holland, and had to pay a fine with all the money that we had left. So our only choice was to get on another train without tickets to get back to the airport, and just hope we didn't get caught again. With no money and nowhere to stay, we had to sleep on the foot of a statue in the airport, only to be moved on by security every half hour or so. Another little story is when I managed to convince Graham to take a bet as to whether he could eat a whole family feast from KFC. Those of you, if any, not familiar with the size of a family feast, it consists of 8 pieces of chicken, 4 lots of fries, 2 side dishes of coleslaw and baked beans, and a Wolseley viennetta. He had to eat it all by himself. He did very well and did make it onto the Wolseley viennetta, but didn't win the bet. The deal was, if he failed to eat it all, he would have to pay for it himself. So I'm sure that many of you realise quite how determined Graham was not to have to get his work done. There was the time when Graham and I had big plans to install a computer system into his car. We even had a name for it, TESS, which stood for Total Entertainment System. It consisted of cutting Graham's perfectly good dashboard up so that we could fit a 17-inch computer monitor into it. And I'm talking about the old big ones, not a small flat screen. Like many things back then, it didn't quite work out how we planned. Luckily, Graham met Kerry, who has managed to keep him on the straight and narrow. Is Graham back? Graham.
Come round, guys.
Come over here, Graham.
Right, yeah.
Stand up, right?
Can we have that ball back? We did mention it was a cheap shot. Yeah, if you could just go back round again, please.
Yeah.
Off you go, Graham.
Right. There are just a few tips I picked up along through life. I hope they'll be of some help. Firstly, the best time to do the washing up is straight after Kerry tells you. Secondly, set the ground rules and establish who's the boss, and then do everything Kerry tells you. Thirdly, never forget to say those 3 little words every day for the rest of your life. You're all right, dear. When Graham and Kerry announced they were getting married, I couldn't have been more pleased. He topped it off for me, of course, when he asked me to be his best man. We have been through some bad times and we've been through a lot of good times. Your friendship has been a source of strength for me throughout the years. And I want to say that it has been an honour and a privilege to stand beside you today.
On behalf of the bridesmaids and ourselves, we would like to thank Graham and Kerry for giving us this opportunity to be involved in their special day. We know they have both put a tremendous amount of effort into the planning of this wedding and can only hope that apart from this speech, everything has exceeded their expectations.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please charge your glasses and drink with me to the happiness, health, wealth and good fortune to a wonderful couple. May your love be modern enough to survive the times and old-fashioned enough to last forever. It's Graham and Kerry.